economy and the different companies. So, and as well as the ability and chance to ask questions, and to ask, really to clarify things that I do not quite understand.
I enjoy the closeness of the community, and especially under the guidance of Dr. Chiang. He has been updating us of all the latest information and keep us in the close-knit community.
Benefiting from the whole spiking community is that you are in the know. From a finance background, I already have a bit of knowledge, but with Dr. Clement's input, it just makes everything stronger and more accurate. Helps a lot as well in my work as well.
I hope you have gained some insights from this video. Whatever experience you have in trading, whether you're a beginner or experienced one, don't give up on profiting from the stock market. It is one of the best money-making platforms that you can leverage to boost your earnings as long as you are trading with the right approach. You can submit your application by clicking anywhere around this video to get connected with Spiking today while slots last. The best way to make 5 to 100% trading profit per day when it comes to stocks is to literally copy the trades of insiders. And when I say insiders, I'm talking about board of directors, management team of a public listed company. Hi, this is Dr. Clement Chiang, founder of Spiking, the world's only software that tracks insider trading. Now, before making any investment, you need some form of knowledge about a company when you have the money. As a result, there are two camps of investors today. The first camp, known as the fundamental analysis, focuses on chasing and analyzing financial news, joining the dots themselves. The second camp, known as the technical analysis, heavily relies on technical indicators and formulas to analyze the charts. Whether it's technical or fundamental, both are effective, but it involves a lot of analysis and hard work. Then the epiphany moment came when I figured out that I should write on others' analysis instead. Not anyone's analysis, but one who has already completed their analysis work regarding the targeted stock. So I say, why don't I go and chase after the insiders of the market? Regardless of what they do, whether they are from the technical or fundamental camp, that doesn't matter anymore. At the end of the day, these insiders put millions or even billions on the table to enter the trade. For someone to put this much money, he must be backed by an elite group of armies who can interpret the financial news, analyze the charts, dissect the financial market, and so on. After that, these elites will go check, 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 confirm boss, put money in, 100 million, trade done, entered. Regardless of their investment belief that money represents due diligence. Then I'll simply ride on their resources by following their tricks. That's how our stand on the shoulders of giants came about, giving birth to the software Spiking. Perhaps you have been trying to analyze the financial news yourself, or been trying many different technical indicators to predict the stock prices, but still ended up with trading losses. That shouldn't be the case. Having helped over 50,000 traders globally, we believe that ultimately profitable trading boils down to two things. Number one, the ability to track insiders in real time and using this first-hand info to your advantage. Like some of our students here,
The data from the spiking software helps me to make my trade more accurate and helps me to analyze my trades before I place my trades. Gives me more confidence as well.
Information from the Spiking Insider has given that additional edge that I have in terms of information to know, who are the ones that is also invested in that company. So that gives me a lot of confidence, and I know what I'm doing.
The insider info has been very useful. It gives me the idea of when to actually trade and when I should follow the whale, and I could actually make profit quite easily.
This way, you maximize your success rate and save yourself from having analysis paralysis and breaking your bank. Our spiking software not only creates transparency in the insider's world of trading, but also helps any trader to profit the most within the least amount of time. These are what our students have experienced.
So to profit from my trading between 5 to 100%, I'm proud to say I have. In fact, sometimes it can be as fast as minutes. So between minutes to months, of course. Yeah. So of course, there will be times that is longer, but there are times that is actually faster. Yeah.
I have profited 5 to 100% in one day, especially during the year of 2021 when I was still in the coaching program. Forward to that, I have also continued with the education, and along the way also have many such profit 5 to 100% in one day.
I have profited close to 5%, and the max was at 83% through this 1 year that I've been using the software. There are more than hundreds of trades that I've done throughout the entire year, and I've not realized a single loss yet.
I have actually profited 5 to 100% in my trading based on the spiking platform, and actually I tried getting that amount within a day.
Perhaps it's time for you to break out of the conventional way of trading stocks and leverage this powerful software and our insider trading blueprint. If you want to make 5 to 100% trading profit, not just each day, but also consistently, you can click anywhere around this video to get connected with Spiking today. But don't just take our words for it. Hear what our students have to say after joining our Spiking Wealth community.
It's a privilege to be part of the spiking community because you actually grow together, trade together, and go through the ups and downs together. Actually, we all support each other through the community. Although we don't see each other, but we know we are there for each other.
How I've benefited from being part of the community is really through the regular interaction and attending the sessions that Teacher Clement would be sharing. A lot about the analysis of the markets, the economy, and the different companies. So, and as well as the ability and chance to ask questions, and to ask, really to clarify things that I do not quite understand.
I enjoy the closeness of the community, and especially under the guidance of Dr. Chiang. He has been updating us of all the latest information and keep us in the close-knit community.
Benefiting from the whole spiking community is that you are in the know. From a finance background, I already have a bit of knowledge, but with Dr. Clement's input, it just makes everything stronger and more accurate. Helps a lot as well in my work as well.
I hope you have gained some insights from this video. Whatever experience you have in trading, whether you're a beginner or experienced one, don't give up on profiting from the stock market. It is one of the best money-making platforms that you can leverage to boost your earnings as long as you are trading with the right approach. You can submit your application by clicking anywhere around this video to get connected with Spiking today while slots last. The best way to make 5 to 100% trading profit per day when it comes to stocks is to literally copy the trades of insiders. And when I say insiders, I'm talking about board of directors, management team of a public listed company. Hi, This is Dr. Clement Chiang, founder of Spiking, the world's only software that tracks insider trading. Now, before making any investment, you need some form of knowledge about a company when you have the money. As a result, there are two camps of investors today. The first camp, known as the fundamental analysis, focuses on chasing and analyzing financial news, joining the dots themselves. The second camp, known as the technical analysis, heavily relies on technical indicators and formulas to analyze the charts. Whether it's technical or fundamental, both are effective, but it involves a lot of analysis and hard work. Then the epiphany moment came when I figured out that I should write on others' analysis instead. Not anyone's analysis, but one who has already completed their analysis work regarding the targeted stock. So I say, why don't I go and chase after the insiders of the market? Regardless of what they do, whether they are from the technical or fundamental camp, that doesn't matter anymore. At the end of the day, these insiders put millions or even billions on the table to enter the trade. For someone to put this much money, he must be backed by an elite group of armies who can interpret the financial news, analyze the charts, dissect the financial market, and so on. After that, these elites will go check, 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 confirm boss, put money in, 100 million, trade done, entered. Regardless of their investment belief that money represents due diligence. Then I'll simply ride on their resources by following their tricks. That's how our stand on the shoulders of giants came about, giving birth to the software Spiking. Perhaps you have been trying to analyze the financial news yourself, or been trying many different technical indicators to predict the stock prices, but still ended up with trading losses. That shouldn't be the case. Having helped over 50,000 traders globally, we believe that ultimately profitable trading boils down to two things. Number one, the ability to track insiders in real time and using this first-hand info to your advantage. Like some of our students here,
the data from the Spiking software helps me to make my trade more accurate and helps me to analyze my trades before I place my trades. It gives me more confidence as well.
Information from the Spiking Insider has given that additional edge that I have in terms of information to know, who are the ones that is also invested in that company. So that gives me a lot of confidence, and I know what I'm doing.
The insider info has been very useful. It gives me the idea of when to actually trade and when I should follow the whale, and I could actually make profit quite easily.
This way, you maximize your success rate and save yourself from having analysis paralysis and breaking your bank. Our Spiking software not only creates transparency in the insider's world of trading, but also helps any trader to profit the most within the least amount of time. These are what our students have experienced.
So to profit from my trading between 5 to 100%, I'm proud to say I have. In fact, sometimes it can be as fast as minutes. So between minutes to months, of course. Yeah. So of course, there will be times that is longer, but there are times that is actually faster. Yeah.
I have profited 5 to 100% in one day, especially during the year of 2021 when I was still in the coaching program. Forward to that, I have also continued with the education, and along the way also have many such profit 5 to 100% in one day.
I have profited close to 5%, and the max was at 83% through this 1 year that I've been using the software. There are more than hundreds of trades that I've done throughout the entire year, and I've not realized a single loss yet.
I have actually profited 5 to 100% in my trading based on the Spiking platform, and I actually tried getting that amount within a day.
Perhaps it's time for you to break out of the conventional way of trading stocks and leverage this powerful software and our insider trading blueprint. If you want to make 5 to 100% trading profit, not just each day, but also consistently, you can click anywhere around this video to get connected with Spiking today. But don't just take our words for it. Hear what our students have to say after joining our Spiking Wealth community.
It's a privilege to be part of the Spiking community because you actually grow together, trade together, and go through the ups and downs together. Actually, we all support each other through the community. Although we don't see each other, but we know we are there for each other.
How I've benefited from being part of the community is really through the regular interaction and attending the sessions that Teacher Clement would be sharing. A lot about the analysis of the markets, the economy, and the different companies. So, and as well as the ability and the chance to ask questions, and to ask, really to clarify things that I do not quite understand.
I enjoy the closeness of the community, and especially under the guidance of Dr. Chiang. He has been updating us of all the latest information and keep us in the close-knit community.
Benefiting from the whole Spiking community is that you are in the know. From a finance background, I already have a bit of knowledge, but with Dr. Clement's input, it just makes everything stronger and more accurate. Helps a lot as well in my work as well.
I hope you have gained some insights from this video. Whatever experience you have in trading, whether you're a beginner or experienced one, don't give up on profiting from the stock market. It is one of the best money-making platforms that you can leverage to boost your earnings as long as you are trading with the right approach. You can submit your application by clicking anywhere around this video to get connected with Spiking today while slots last. The best way to make 5 to 100% trading profit per day when it comes to stocks is to literally copy the trades of insiders. And when I say insiders, I'm talking about board of directors, management team of a public listed company. Hi, this is Dr. Clement Chiang, founder of Spiking, the world's only software that tracks insider trading. Now, before making any investment, you need some form of knowledge about a company when you have the money. As a result, there are two camps of investors today. The first camp, known as the fundamental analysis, focuses on chasing and analyzing financial news, joining the dots themselves. The second camp, known as the technical analysis, heavily relies on technical indicators and formulas to analyze the charts. Whether it's technical or fundamental, both are effective, but it involves a lot of analysis and hard work. Then the epiphany moment came when I figured out that I should write on others' analysis instead. Not anyone's analysis, but one who has already completed their analysis work regarding the targeted stock. So I say, why don't I go and chase after the insiders of the market? Regardless of what they do, whether they are from the technical or fundamental camp, that doesn't matter anymore. At the end of the day, these insiders put millions or even billions on the table to enter the trade. For someone to put this much money, he must be backed by an elite group of armies who can interpret the financial news, analyze the charts, dissect the financial market, and so on. After that, these elites will go check, 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 confirm boss, put money in, 100 million, trade done, entered. Regardless of their investment belief that money represents due diligence. then I'll simply ride on their resources by following their tricks. That's how our stand on the shoulders of giants came about, giving birth to the software spiking. Perhaps you have been trying to analyze the financial news yourself, or been trying many different technical indicators to predict the stock prices, but still ended up with trading losses. That shouldn't be the case. Having helped over 50,000 traders globally, we believe that ultimately profitable trading boils down to two things. Number one, the ability to track insiders in real time and using this first-hand info to your advantage. Like some of our students here,
the data from the spiking software helps me to make my trade more accurate and helps me to analyze my trades before I place my trades. Gives me more confidence as well.
Information from the spiking insider has given that additional edge that I have in terms of information to know, who are the ones that is also invested in that company. So that gives me a lot of confidence, and I know what I'm doing.
The insider info has been very useful. It gives me the idea of when to actually trade and when I should follow the whale, and I could actually make profit quite easily.
This way, you maximize your success rate and save yourself from having analysis paralysis and breaking your bank. Our spiking software not only creates transparency in the insider's world of trading, but also helps any trader to profit the most within the least amount of time. These are what our students have experienced.
So to profit from my trading between 5 to 100%, I'm proud to say I have. In fact, sometimes it can be as fast as minutes. So between minutes to months, of course. Yeah. So of course, there will be times that is longer, but there are times that is actually faster. Yeah.
I have profited 5 to 100% in one day, especially during the year of 2021 when I was still in the coaching program. Forward to that, I have also continued with the education, and along the way also have many such profit 5 to 100% in one day.
I have profited close to 5%, and the max was at 83% through this 1 year that I've been using the software. There are more than hundreds of trades that I've done throughout the entire year, and I've not realized a single loss yet.
I have actually profited 5 to 100% in my trading based on the spiking platform, and I actually tried getting that amount within a day.
Perhaps it's time for you to break out of the conventional way of trading stocks and leverage this powerful software and our insider trading blueprint. If you want to make 5 to 100% trading profit, not just each day, but also consistently, you can click anywhere around this video to get connected with spiking today. But don't just take our words for it. Hear what our students have to say after joining our spiking wealth community.
It's a privilege to be part of the spiking community because you actually grow together, trade together, and go through the ups and downs together. Actually, we all support each other through the community. Although we don't see each other, but we know we are there for each other.
How I've benefited from being part of the community is really through the regular interaction and attending the sessions that Teacher Clement would be sharing. A lot about the analysis of the markets, the economy, and the different companies. So, and as well as the ability and the chance to ask questions, and to ask, really to clarify things that I do not quite understand.
I enjoy the closeness of the community, and especially under the guidance of Dr. Chiang. He has been updating us of all the latest information and keep us in the close-knit community.
Benefiting from the whole spiking community is that you are in the know. From a finance background, I already have a bit of knowledge, but with Dr. Clement's input, it just makes everything stronger and more accurate. Helps a lot as well, and in my work as well.
I hope you have gained some insights from this video. Whatever experience you have in trading, whether you're a beginner or experienced one, don't give up on profiting from the stock market. It is one of the best money-making platform that you can leverage to boost your earnings as long as you are trading with the right approach. You can submit your application by clicking anywhere around this video to get connected with Spiking today while slots last. The best way to make 5 to 100% trading profit per day when it comes to stocks is to literally copy the trades of insiders. And when I say insiders, I'm talking about board of directors, management team of a public listed company. Hi, this is Dr. Clement Chiang, founder of Spiking, the world's only software that tracks insider trading. Now, before making any investment, you need some form of knowledge about a company when you have the money. As a result, there are two camps of investors today. The first camp, known as the fundamental analysis, focuses on chasing and analyzing financial news, joining the dots themselves. The second camp, known as the technical analysis, heavily relies on technical indicators and formulas to analyze the charts. Whether it's technical or fundamental, both are effective, but it involves a lot of analysis and hard work. Then the epiphany moment came when I figured out that I should write on others' analysis instead. Not anyone's analysis, but one who has already completed their analysis work regarding the targeted stock. So I say, why don't I go and chase after the insiders of the market? Regardless of what they do, whether they are from the technical or fundamental camp, that doesn't matter anymore. At the end of the day, these insiders put millions or even billions on the table to enter the trade. For someone to put this much money, he must be backed by an elite group of armies who can interpret the financial news, analyze the charts, dissect the financial market, and so on. After that, these elites will go check, 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 confirm boss, put money in, 100 million, trade done, entered. Regardless of their investment belief that money represents due diligence. Then I'll simply ride on their resources by following their tricks. That's how our stand on the shoulders of giants came about, giving birth to the software Spiking. Perhaps you have been trying to analyze the financial news yourself, or been trying many different technical indicators to predict the stock prices, but still ended up with trading losses. That shouldn't be the case. Having helped.
Wow, welcome to everyone. We start on time right here today, 8 p.m. Singapore time. I want to welcome all of you sincerely. And today, you know, we got a kind of a really interesting crowd. We have our Spiking students, we have new students, we also have many of you probably seen me for the first time speaking live to you at this moment. I want to say a big welcome to all of you. Now, I'm really excited about today because of three things. I want to really note this down. Three things I'm really excited about today. Number one, Malaysia, you have a new Prime Minister, none other than Dato Sri Anwar. Congratulations, and you know, this is a really momentous time in the country of Malaysia. Because why? It is a first time in history a unity government has been established through the wisdom of the Agong. Congratulations to all of you. Number two, today is also a time of Thanksgiving. I've been receiving messages from my friends in America, Turkey and all that. We don't kind of celebrate that here in Asia, but a happy Thanksgiving Day to all of you out there who's celebrating Thanksgiving today. And number three, really excited about is my opportunity to see you for the first time. And I know there are many new friends who are watching us today. I want to welcome you. Now, you've probably seen us because some of our students referred you to us, or perhaps you've seen us in Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok. But today I'm going to take you through the very journey I embarked on as an investor. I'm really, really excited to share this with you. And let me switch the slides right over here. So here we go. The topic of my presentation is called, how do we exactly make a profit of 5 to 100% return in just one day? Now, this is really, really a loud headline, and kind of, we getting different feedback from different people, and they say, are you sure this is real? And they never even applied their mind to think about, is it even possible to begin with? Now, this is where we are really, really unique. Spiking, we are known for making 5 to 100% profit return in just one day. And I'll take you through the entire journey, how I started in the beginning, and along the way, how I kind of hit the epiphany moment to chase this 5 to 100% return in one day. And finally, today here, how can we possibly help you? So here we go. My name is Clement Chiang, and my students call me teacher. And I'm very, very passionate about sharing with you my knowledge. And I hope you can learn something from me today so that your time is very, very productive. And over here, typically before I get started, I always want to ask, how can I help? And I will put on the cap of a teacher and teach you from the heart of a teacher. Basically, to understand what you're going through today. Perhaps there are some challenges that you are facing in your finances, in your relationship, in your career, in your business, and how, in a very, very miraculous way, this is all connected to the market. And I want to share with you how I embark on the journey, and of course, you tell me too, how can I help you? So, right over here, I want to show you, something that we raised the bar very, very high, and that is, oftentimes at the end of the class that I teach, I will get feedback from the students. And it's very, very important to get feedback from the students to keep us at our edge. We must be really, really good in what we do. And here are some of the comments from the students who have completed our classes. And here we go. Trading is the cozy life trading is of great help to investors in understanding current market volatility. And how about here? Dr. Clement's insightful research opened our eyes and calmed our minds in trading. Good sharing and updates by Dr. Clement of the markets. And over here, you guys are excellent, one of a kind. And along the way, we kind of collected what we call a verified reviews, which is really important that you hear from those who have gone through the experience with us, not from those who have not even gone through with us and make their comments. I think this is really important, and that's the reason why it boils down to this very important word, trust. And today, I give you my trust. I trust that you are on board as a student ready to learn. I think this is very important, because if you're not ready to learn, no matter what I say, I can't teach you. So we're going to put on this very important role, student-teacher journey together, and here we go. The question I wanted to ask is, what is your definition of wealth? And every one of us kind of, depending on the way we were raised, the friends that we hang out with, and most importantly, the past experiences that you've gone through. So when I talk about wealth, it's kind of like a sensitive topic. I come across different groups of people. Let me tell you like 3 groups of people that I come across when I ask this question, what is wealth? The first group, the response is kind of very, very interesting. They'll kind of tell me, hey teacher, I don't need money. I live a very simple life. I don't need money. I don't need to drive fast cars. I don't need to live in big houses. I'm very, very contented with what I have. First group. And typically this first group, I will look at them and say, looks like your life has been smooth sailing on a linear line all this while. You have not met any kind of a mishap. And of course, touch wood, all will be well for you. But my friends, how many of you gone through that life? Oftentimes, we have surprises. Could be your loved one fallen sick. Could be you need an urgent sum of money. Could be you lost your job. there are many surprises. Life is never on a linear scale. There are ups and downs. So for those who say, I don't need a lot of money, congratulations, perhaps your life has been smooth sailing all this while, till the time, bam, you are hit with an emergency. Then you discover that, oh, better to have more money than have less money. There's a second group here. And they say, hey, teacher, I'm really interested about wealth, and I want to work very hard to go out there, acquire as much money as possible, and want to set that as one of my life dreams and one of the goals. I want to cross the finishing line. Perfectly good. At least you have an ambition. Because I can tell you, ambition is the most difficult subject to teach. No matter what someone can do, say, or anything directed at you, if that fire in your belly is not lit up, there's no ambition. The guy will just say, nah, I'm not interested, right? So today if you say, I want to pursue wealth, I want to learn how to make money, then congratulations, your heart is ready for this journey. Third group, teacher, I made a lot of money already. I don't need any more money. And I've gone through the ups and downs. I've gone through the goal setting. I got big ambition. And today I kind of walking through the journey of life where I have a lot of money and I just want to taste the final things in life. Congratulations. You have a lot of money and you've been there, done that. And I have many friends who have a lot of money. The only missing link is they come to me and say, you know what? I have a lot of money, but I realize I don't have much wisdom. I know how I make my money in my business, in my career, and some of them is like passed on to me from my forefathers. I'm second generation, third generation wealth. But I realized that I have lacking knowledge in many areas. I don't have much wisdom. So to the third group, congratulations, because I want to share with you something exciting. The market, and specifically the stock market, is the home ground, the bed of wisdom. I'm going to show you how to go about extracting wisdom from the marketplace. And then, is that kind of fulfill your Maslow law of motivation? Then good. You'll be very happy because as you pursue wisdom, you feel very contented, you feel very satisfied, and you accomplish something. So there you go. What is the definition of wealth to you? I hope to hear your answer, but let me give you my answer to this interesting question, and that is summed up in this word called cozy. C-O-S-Y. Let us explore on this word. In my definition of wealth, guess what? I call it the wealth trilogy. And I think trilogy is a really beautiful word. You connect three things together and kind of formulate like your foundation. So in my definition, here we go. C, it stands for cryptos. And I'm going to kind of expound on the ideology behind cryptocurrency. O stands for options trading. And S, it stands for stocks. And finally, Y, we say to ourselves, yes, we should not get distracted anymore. We want to build a foundation of wisdom and knowledge upon these three key instruments: cryptos, options, and stocks. And that's my thinking and philosophy behind wealth. Now, how does that birth from the beginning? Because you don't just accept what I'm saying here. I want you to go through this journey with me to connect the dots so that it makes sense to you, right? So I'm going to show you this important chart, kind of track which generation that you kind of birth out of. Because today, if you say to me, hey teacher, I born in the year 1946 to 64, then I call that you are the baby boomers generation. Now that basically belongs to my parents, my father and mother. They are born in the baby boomers generation. All right. Then the next generation is the Gen X, 1965 to 1980. Now I belong to the Gen X. And then you have the fast and furious generation, the millennials, 1981 to 1996. And my children, they belong to the Zoomer generation, Gen Z, 1997 to 2012. This is super important because I'm going to take two ideas and matchmake them together. Here we go. Look in front of you. earlier on we covered the concept of wealth trilogy, the foundation of three instruments, and I'm going to explain to you now why these three instruments, they are selected in the first place. Number two, we also go through the generation evolution for baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, all the way to Gen Z. And how do we match these two ideas together? Here we go. You see, my friends, those who were born in the baby boomers, majority of them, in fact more than half of them, made their first pot of gold in the stocks market. Those were the good old days. Many of them just keep their money in the stocks market and they don't look at it along the way, by the way, collect dividends every year. As the stock price appreciate, their wealth just grow. So to the baby boomers, they know that this is an instrument proven through more than 200 years of history. This is a very strong foundation for what we define as an instrument of wealth. So stocks is what made the baby boomers rich. Then come to my generation. I'm not too sure how many of you belong to the Gen X, and that's where I belong to. Options trading was only just birthed about 50 years ago. In fact, it was started in 1973, and I've been trained in Chicago Board Option Exchange, trained in 64 different options trading strategies. That was like really my first love in investment. So over here, options trading, for those of us belong to Gen X, because the instrument was birthed during our time. We fell in love with it. We loved the leverage of 10 times more profits, enjoying the same amount of risk. And we made our first pot of gold in the area of options trading. Then I fast forward to those of you who belong to the millennials. 1981 to 1996. Now, those are the good old days. Like, I'm talking about just like a few years ago, it's like good old days, 2017, when Bitcoin first hit its all-time high. So many millennials were like, holy moly, they struck it rich, first time in their life. And the money was easy come, but it's also easy go. Because of the recent implosion of the cryptocurrency market. So that's what you're looking at. Cryptos, options, and stocks. But the instrument that's not discovered yet is the generation Zoomer, known as the Gen Z. They have not discovered the instrument yet, and I'm going to touch on this very important point. So there you go. You have stocks, options, cryptos, and most importantly, we say yes because these instruments, they have been proven over time. Stocks, 200 years. Options, 50 years. And for cryptos, more than a decade, over 12 years. Now, of course, the longer duration it has, the more powerful it is much more proven. All right, so I'm going to walk you through this journey, and here we go. Bang! I want to start off by asking you if you know this guy called Tim Draper. All right, so it's like Tim Draper. This man is really legendary. I got to tell you about his story because it all started in the year 2014. What I'm really fascinated about him, because back then in the year 2014, actually back then, most people probably haven't even heard about Bitcoin. Most people don't even know what is blockchain and so on. Because Bitcoin really just entered into kind of a mainstream in the year 2017. This was like 3 years premature, right? So what happened back then, Tim Draper was one of the 45 people bidding on the seized Bitcoin from the Silk Road website. In total, he was crazy enough to pay how much? He paid $19 million to buy up 29,657 Bitcoins from the US Marshal Service auction. Now, this sum of money is not small. In fact, typically, even for VCs that invest in startups, they put in like $500,000 ticket, maximum $1 million ticket. Nothing is like $19 million. And for something that's so new that nobody even heard about it, hey, you got to give this man the credit. Now, the question is, what did he see in Bitcoin back then when he paid an average price of $640 per coin? What gave him the courage? And that's what I want to tell you about this story. Because I took this information about 2014, that was the time, the exact year he bought the auction from the US Marshal Service. Guess what? 2014, I managed against those who were born in the millennials. Remember back then we were sharing about millennials? They're born in 1981 to 1996, right? So this range. That means to say in 2014, their ages were in the range of 18 to 33 years old. Now, if you take the average age of between 18 to 33 years old, it means that the average age of those born in the millennial generation, they are 25 years old. Now, this is where it becomes really, really interesting. I bet that Tim Draper, he was studying those who were at the age of 25 years old when it was in the year 2014. Now, he's trying to predict what would that generation known as the millennials, how would they make money, what would they be interested in, and he took this bet. Guess what? This one single bet turned Tim Draper into a billionaire. That's how powerful it is. And that's the reason why, I got really excited, because I understand that my parents' generation, the boomers, they make money from stocks. My generation, we make money from options, right? And millennials make money from cryptos. Many of them, I seen with my first eyes that they became millionaires. They were driving Lamborghinis. They were all wearing Gucci, dressed up and down and partying every day, right? So I seen with my own eyes. This is real. But then I begin to ask myself, how about my children's generation? Now, how about yours? Now, my children, they belong to the Gen Z. And Gen Z, for my eldest son, by the time, which is 10 years exactly from now in 2032, he'll be at the age of 25 years old. Exactly the same period when Tim Draper went in to buy Bitcoin. And I want to ask, hey, perhaps for Gen Z, there is a fourth instrument that will help those born in the Gen Z to make their first pot of gold. That got me really excited. That got me really, really passionate. And I believe that we must all stand on the strong foundation of the Wealth Trilogy in order to spot that fourth instrument as it appears in front of us. All right? So I'm going to take you through this backdrop. And with this backdrop, I want to ask you this question. Do you first of all, do you wish to be the first generation millionaires, regardless of, whether you're boomer, Gen X, you are Gen Z, you're millennial? Do you want to be that first generation of millionaires in your cohort? I think that is a fair question to ask, because oftentimes, in society we are being measured by how much money we make, right? And this is a very, very strange society. Sometimes they have different yardstick. I'm not saying that money is the ultimate yardstick. No, I'm not saying that. It's just that if you have your first chance to make your first pot of gold, your $1 million, guess what? You're given more choices. And that those choices will help you build the life that you desire. That's what I'm driving at, all right? So it's not about money, mercenary, and just chasing after materialistic things. No, it's not about that. We're going to go a little bit more to sharing later on, and then you understand the philosophy I'm thinking about, all right? So here we go. If you say, yes, teacher, I want to be that first generation millionaires, here we go. And we look back over here, you begin to understand that it's so important if you want to be that first guy in your generation to make your first million. Don't you realize that the selection of the instrument becomes so important? What are you be committed on to mastery, that you're going to spend time on to learn, to make money out of an instrument? Guess what? It is so important. You select the wrong instrument, you wasted your time. And why did we select these three instruments? Because I want to just give you a little bit more details about the selection of instruments. Before we started this class today, we got many people writing into us, teacher, are you going to teach about Forex? Teacher, are you going to teach about properties? Are you going to teach about commodities, teach about all kinds of things. This is the problem of what we call the selection of the right instrument. Now, what is the right instrument for you? I do not know, but for me, it's very clear. It must be a liquid instrument. That means to say, if I want to buy right now, I can buy it. If I want to sell right now, I can sell it. Now, the moment I set this criteria of liquidity, many instruments got wiped out already. For example, property is not in our wealth trilogy because this is not really a liquid instrument, especially when the market starts to go down. You can't sell your property. You will end up owing the banks a lot of money and they will come after you, things like that, right? So I'm thinking about a liquid instrument. Then perhaps you're thinking about, hey teacher, how about Forex? Foreign currency. Now my reply to that is, I think it's a little bit challenging because you're really studying the entire country's development to determine the US dollar versus the Japanese yen versus the Hong Kong dollars versus the Chinese renminbi. You are looking at macro, very big macro events, and kind of can you get all the data sources to make a good decision? I think a little bit challenging, all right? So that's the reason why I want to select those instruments I can study. I understand the technology behind it, the businesses behind it, and the instruments behind it, then gives me a higher chances of success. So that's the reason why. Okay, so once we go through this journey together, it is really fascinating. I'm going to show you this right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the wealth pyramid. All right, so this wealth pyramid is super, super, super important. Because I believe today you come to learn from me, you want to learn about the mastery of money, mastery of wealth, right? So let's talk about this pyramid itself. Today, if you have less than $10,000 in your bank account, congratulations, you belong to the 56.6% of the global population of adults. Or you say, teacher, I have between $10,000 to $100,000 in my bank account, then you belong to the 32.6% of every single world adult on planet Earth. Or 100,000 to 1 million, then you belong to the 9.8%. And the most important metric up there is what happens if you have $1 million or more. Guess what? You truly belong to the 0.9%, or I should call it like, the 1%, the top 1% of planet Earth. Now, this is a really, really high bar to cross because you can see it's located at the top of the pyramid, right? So it's not like everyone going to get there. It's only like the top 1% of the global population, and then you reach up there. Total number of millionaires in the world today, 47 million. And that represents 0.9% of the total population, all right? So why am I showing you this? Because I want to challenge you to consider whether this is a worthwhile endeavor for you to pursue. Now, today you come here, there are many things that you want to chase in life. Some of you want to chase for academic titles. Some of you want to chase for sporting titles. You want to win in the Olympics. Some of you want to chase for in the area of music and arts. Many, many things for you to chase, right? But can I suggest to you, while you're chasing those areas of your passion, along the way, by the way, you also think about accumulating your wealth. And that is very important. Doing two things at the same time. Things that you're passionate about, at the same time, don't neglect the fact that you need to accumulate wealth so that you can reach to the top of the pyramid. So if you are still with me right now, then this journey is designed for you. All right, here we go. What is your slogan of life? And I oftentimes challenge my own students, think about 3 words or 4 words. Like Nike is just do it, right? And how about yours? Maximum about 4 words. Some of you maybe come out with 2 words or 3 words. It's okay. But I want to walk you through with me in this journey. How do you design that slogan of your life? Okay, I'm going to get you ready. I'm going to play you a video, and kind of the video is filled with music, many things for you to think about. And as the video plays out, you think about what is your slogan of life, and you try to sum it up in 4 words, all right? So once you're ready, I'm going to switch off myself here and get you ready, and you have a pen and paper with you. As you watch the video, as the inspiration comes up, very quickly write it down. Could be 2 words, 3 words, or 4 words. And here we go. Wow, powerful, right? And I hope you spotted the very powerful 4 words. And if you didn't see it, I want to show you again. And that is called begin your own tradition. Now, of course, this is like, I mean, the slogan of a watch called Patek Philippe, but I take it on because I really capture the vision. How do we begin our own tradition? And I want to share with you, you know, when we talk about beginning your own tradition, and this is a really, really high bar to cross, by the way. When I share with you about a wealth pyramid, that to become a millionaire itself, you have to be in the top 1% on planet Earth. And that's where you are looking at right here. Anything that you want to pursue, perhaps the very high bar is how to be the top 1% in your field. Wow, that is really, really challenging. So in order to begin this so-called your own tradition, what exactly is the story that you're going to tell the world? I want to know your story. I want to get to know you. I want to know how you are walking along this journey to pursue your story. So on this note, it gives me a little pleasure to share with you the journey I've gone through myself. You see, I started off my journey as a civil engineer. I graduated from Nanyang Technological University here in Singapore. And back then, you know, I was kind of convinced or brainwashed by my father that I should study in NTU because he graduated from there as well. But after that, what I truly love is not engineering. I truly love is to run business. And I went on to study my MBA with the University of Louisville, the Cardinals. And I wrote my first business plan when I was going through the MBA, and with that, I launched my very first business. And over the years, I've been involved in many, many different kinds of business, and I give the credit to Louisville. And along the way, I went on to pursue a PhD from the University of Canberra. And, you know, this is the part that it's a little bit mind-boggling because I'm pursuing a PhD not because I want to become an academia working in a university. And this is where I want to tell you the story of how I begin my own tradition. Now this one I have to kind of go a little bit far up the line because it's all started by me asking this question, Papa, who is my grandfather? You see, my friends, I've not seen my grandfather before. And I will oftentimes, while growing up, I ask my own father, how come I don't have a grandfather? You know, all my friends are all like, have their akong and all that. And I say, I don't have one. And he told me the story of the Chiang lineage, my Chiang family. You see, in the past, all my ancestors were based out of China, in China, right? And, you know, according to my father, we were kind of a well-to-do family, scholarly. Our family is like very learned. But comes the Cultural Revolution. In that single move of the Cultural Revolution, it wiped out the entire family wealth. We are reset back to zero. That's what Cultural Revolution does to everybody. And that's why communism was introduced. And you know, our family lost everything. And by then, you know, my grandfather, he was a young adult, just got married with my grandmother. And then, you know, gave birth to 3 kids. And first thing he did, I think which is the most important decision he ever done in the Chiang family, was to send his wife and his son, who is my father, from China to Singapore. And by the time my father grew up to 9 years old, my grandfather passed away in China. So I don't have even the chance to know who he is and how does he look like and all that. So by the time he passed away, you know, my grandmother was left all alone and she has to work in British families as a maid to support my father and his siblings, right? And my father, so I talk about my grandfather, I really don't know much about him. All I knew is that I think he done the right decision to send the family out of China during those very troubling times. Then came to my father. He did something really, really brilliant as well. He worked very hard. He became the first guy in the Chiang family to graduate with a bachelor degree from Nanyang Technological University. He started his own tradition. Now, my family is like middle class. It's not like well-to-do or anything like that. All I knew back then when I was growing up, every day when I entered the living room, I'll see the university graduation photo hang up in the living room. And that kind of set a standard for me, right? So come to my generation right now. I say, okay, that's what my grandfather did, and that's what my father did, and I got to raise the bar. And I say, why don't I set my own tradition? I want to be the first PhD holder in my Chiang lineage. I also want to become a millionaire. I want to be rich because I want to claim back what we have lost in the Cultural Revolution. So, you know, I share with you all these stories not to impress you, but to impress upon you that it is important that you think about the tradition you want to set. And you know, today I'm still like a student. You know, I'm still enrolled as a student at Harvard Business School. Next year, I pray hard that I'll graduate from Harvard Business School and become a lifetime alumni member. And you know, back here at home, I got my kind of my degree certs hanging up on the wall to show to my children. And set a bar high for them, even higher for them, right? And this is kind of to encourage them, hey, you know what? Through grit, every one of you got a chance in life because it's not about the inheritance that you have or the high intelligence quotient that you have or about the high EQ that you possess. No, it's all about grit, the ability to work hard that neutralizes everything that works against all odds. And today, you got a very good example of grit. Prime Minister Anwar went through 30 years of accusation, of jail, and finally he fulfilled his own dream of becoming the Prime Minister of Malaysia. That is what grit is all about. G-R-I-T. And I want to share with you this story of grit because it is important that you pass on. So, you know, I'm working on my book, my final manuscript right now. This book will be released next year, sometime around the May of 2023. And, you know, with the support of so many of our spiking students, they kind of got excited and, you know, already pre-ordered the book. Wow, that gave me added pressure. And I want to tell my story of how I make money in the various instruments in this book I'm launching next year. But today you're here watching me live, and this is where, how do we connect the passion we have in life together with accumulating wealth? You see, this car, most of you by now should be able to recognize it, is called Tesla. But many of you will not know the fact that I ordered the car in 2016. I was among the first 100,000 people on earth to place a bet in Elon Musk that he will build an electric vehicle. Back then he had nothing. Just a PowerPoint slide, just a vision. The car was not even built out yet. And we gave him the money, go and build it. And by the time, he finished building Tesla, came 2021, on my birthday, I received an email from Tesla. You can right now go and collect your car. I'm among the first 3 in Singapore to drive a Tesla that's imported from Giga Shanghai into Singapore. And this is where passion and your wealth go side by side, and how do we marry them together? The keyword, 2 keywords I want to share with you tonight is called crisis or opportunity. This captures the essence of what it means to seize the opportunity. You see, everything in life, my friends, you can either look at it half empty or half full. I bet you heard that statement many, many times, right? Or even like the Chinese words here called 危机, 危险的危, 机会的机, right? Either you're looking at a crisis or an opportunity. It depends on the lenses that you put on. So I'm going to present to you 8 of them. You can either look at them as a crisis or an opportunity. There are 8 of them, and each one of them starts with an alphabet I. I for I myself, all right, I. I'm going to go through each one of them with you, and as I present to you, I want you to think about, is this a crisis or is this an opportunity? You have to make the decision on your own. Because you are interested to make money, I'm going to walk through you the journey, how to connect the dots, and here we go. Let me start off with the first one, the very, very first one, and this is called inflation, mama, right up there, okay? And this is the latest headline that says, inflation cooled more than expected, but prices are still up 7.7% since last year. How many of you are aware of the fact that we are at a 40-year history record high of inflation at this moment? That means to say most of us in our current generation, we have never actually experienced inflation before. Because the last time that it was that high, 40 years ago, right? So you really do not know how to respond to a crisis or an opportunity called inflation. Now, you all started from inflation. Then the second word is called interest rate. Started with the alphabet I again, right? And in order for the US government to kind of control inflation, they have to do what? Introduce interest rate hike, start to increase the interest rate to bring down inflation. And are you aware of the fact that we have never done something before in the last 50 years to have 4 consecutive interest rate hike at 75 basis point? That is like 0.75, 0.75, 0.75, and cumulatively right now, the Fed fund interest rate is 3.75%. That is a monster. Now, how do you explain a Fed fund rate of 3.75%? Very simple. I just teach you a simple formula. You just add 4% to this. So if I take 3.75 plus 4%, that's 7.75%, or you just round it up, 8%. By the way, do you know what's 8%? This is what the ordinary Americans today, they are paying for their mortgage loan interest rate. Whether 10-year, 20-year, or 30-year mortgage tenure, they are servicing plus minus 8% per year. And most of you who have owned a property, you know that, oh my gosh, at 8%, that's really high. Depends on the house that you buy. Is it a $1 million house, $10 million house? You multiply that at 8% per year, you can think about how much you have to service. This is the current climate, a rising interest rate environment. And the third crisis or opportunity we're going to look at is right here. And that's the invasion of Ukraine. Holy moly. We're going to talk about war right now. And this was started when? This was started on 24th of February this year. Kind of no one expect in our generation to like witness a war taking place. I mean, we are like all like mature adults, right? We like gone through World War I, World War II. What the heck? We are looking at a real war right now. Russia invaded Ukraine. And the latest is that the war will persist. They refuse to cease fire. They are fighting still right now, still dropping bombs. So if you think about invasion, question to you again, is this a crisis or an opportunity? The fourth word right now, here we go. And that is infections. China's infections or China's isolation. All right? You know, this is the latest as of today. China's COVID infections hit record as economic outlook darkens. This is today news. And they have been in isolation since like March this year. Beijing, Shanghai, they open up a little bit, they close down again. Right now, they are locked down everywhere. Right? What is going on? Is this a crisis or opportunity? You think about it, because never again in our lives we're going to see so many things happening at the same time. This is already the fourth eye I'm talking about. And with that, I bring you the fifth eye right now. Here we go. And that's none other than the U-curve inversion. Woo! Today you're learning quite a number of English words. How many of you are enjoying it, the presentation so far, right? I mean, it's like, you probably never even heard of this economic term called U-curve inversion. What does that mean? U-curve is a barometer to predict recession. And today, our U-curve is inverted. Consistently, it's a negative number, 10 minus 2, the 10-year minus the 2-year spread. And once that happens, you predict a recession that will take place within 18 to 24 months later. So that's where everybody right now on Wall Street is saying that next year, 2023, confirm we will enter into an era of recession. My question to you right now, is this a crisis or an opportunity? I mean, I've gone through like how many, I lost count already. We have inflation, we have interest rate, we have invasion, and then we have isolation of China, we have inversion of the U-curve. We've gone through 5, 3 more to go. Are you ready? Here we go. Number 6. Holy moly. We are talking about the implosion of the crypto market. You guys are looking at the headlines across all medias in the world about FTX. And for those of you in Asia, I think all of you is like kind of really scratching your head, because the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Singapore, Temasek, lost over $200 million investing to FTX. They got killed as well. Right? So this implosion of the crypto market kind of shocked the world. They call it the Lehman Brothers moment. But again, are you looking at it as a crisis or an opportunity? Right? Well, number 6, 2 more to go. Here we go. Let's go to number 7. And I present to you ICBM, Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. Those of you not in the military, you probably never heard of this terminology as well. What is the meaning of ICBM? It means today North Korea has the ability to fire a rocket, and the rocket head, he can pack it up with nuclear, and this missile can land in Washington, in New York, in every single part of United States of America. This is real, all right? So, do you consider this a crisis or an opportunity? We've gone through 7 of them. And finally, the last but not least, the last I is called in love. Are you still in love? Because when we talk about money, you must talk about the partner that you have, which is your spouse, your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or fiance or your loved one. Who is your partner in life today? And oftentimes the breakdown of marriages boils down to money. You see, this is written here so clearly. Money remains the number one thing couples argue about. And you cannot run away from it, right? So that's why, earlier on when I start off the question, what does wealth mean to you? I always get 3 baskets of responses, right? The first basket, oh, I don't need money. I'm very contented. Maybe the guy is still single. The second basket, oh, I'm very ambitious. I want to work hard to make money. That is realistic. And provided both of you, husband and wife, share the same ambition, then you don't have conflict. The third basket, oh, I made it very rich already. And that's where problems start to happen because they're going to have mistress 1, mistress 2, mistress 3. Right? So at every journey, you're going to have like different challenges. And all this, again, my question to you, is this a crisis or an opportunity? How do you view it so far? Now, if you have stayed with me throughout, and I really enjoyed those of you who turn on your video, and on the Zoom, I can kind of see who's participating in the class right here tonight. I want to give a big shout out to those of you who turn on your video. I can see you're paying attention in the class, but those of you without your video camera turned on, I kind of know, maybe you're walking in and out of the class. I see Bala waving away. Thank you. I see Chufat waving away. I see Isam, Kathy. Thank you very much because I know you are serious. I see Jason. I see Dulin. I see Bokui and Catherine. Thank you very much. You guys keep your cameras on. Thank you. Because we are really touching on a very important topic. Everything in life, whether it's a crisis or an opportunity, it depends on your frame of mind. This is all about money. Even like, we have a campaign going on in Facebook, and I talk about making 5 to 100% profit return. Sometimes you get very cynical people and say, real or not? Is this a scam or what? What is this? You see, the frame of mind, the moment you look at anything that you think you cannot achieve, you think someone else cannot do it. That's what most losers think about. They cannot accept the fact that because they cannot do it, other people also cannot do it. They cannot accept the fact that other people can do it, but they cannot do it themselves. And that, again, is how they look at crisis and opportunity. That's why I spend much more time talking about this topic to kind of gear you up. Because once you can settle the psychology of money, the rest is really easy. And that's where I want to share with you right here how easy it is. I present to you the secret trading system. I call it insider trading. Now, insider trading kind of sound a little bit like illegal, sound a little bit like gray. I want to tell you the proper insider trading I'm talking about. This insider trading, basically we track every single billionaire, millionaire, family officer, sovereign wealth funds, hedge funds, every single one of them who has more than $100 million invested in the stock market, they are in our radar. How powerful is that? Right? So you really got to stop wasting your time following those who are Tom, Dick, and Harry, only $1,000, $10,000. These are very, very small guys. What you want to follow are the really best guys out there who consistently make money. But the problem is this. Does it mean that someone who consistently make money as a billionaire or millionaire, it means that you can do it as well? That's why, I also seen 1 or 2 questions that say, you are a millionaire. So does it mean I can also become a millionaire? They will ask self-defeating question. In fact, the question that you should really ask is, if someone else can do it, so can I. If someone else that consistently make money in Wall Street, so can I. I don't have to quote many names, By the way, my friends, you probably heard of Warren Buffett, George Soros, Carl Icahn, Bill Ackman, Katie Woods. These are legendary folks out there in the marketplace, make money consistently for 50 years, 40 years, 30 years. Not one stroke wonder kid. No, They consistently make money. So that's the reason why our secret trading system is to track and know exactly what these guys are doing. That is what we call insider trading. So with that in mind, there are 3 parts to the secret trading system. Very, very important for you to take note of. Number 1, you must learn the strategy deployed by those who are successful in the stocks market. This is the best place to learn from them. Not some magical black box, Pandora box, some kind of, hocus pocus kind of a theory. No, these are real money right here. I will show you. Number 2, you must, after learning the strategy, trade based on proprietary data. Because without data, you're blind. You're not seeing enough to make the right decision. And number 3, once you start trading, you will see, it's like, when people generally ask us, hey, you really are? You got students making 5 to 100% profit return. Yeah. I say, go and take a look at our community. Our community is open to the public. And because we want to create a culture, every time you make money, you share your winning. Share how you do your 5 to 100% profit return in one day. So that people stop asking this kind of basic question. They should start asking questions like, how can I do it as well? Not how do you do it, but how do I repeat and replicate exactly what you do? That is the whole starting point. So with this in mind, I want to ask you right now, are you ready? Very simple question. And if you say, hey teacher, yes, I'm ready teacher, I'm ready to learn from you, good news. At the same time, some of you may respond that, hey teacher, you know what? I'm a noob. I got no idea all this like inflation, interest rate, inverted yield curve. I don't understand what you're talking about. I got no idea. I couldn't follow up, but I just keep listening to you. How many of you feel that way? That you are totally a noob comes to investing. I want to share a very, very happy piece of news to share. I want to share this news with you. I've been investing in the market for more than 22 years. I started in the year 2000 on the same year of the dot-com crash. All right, and of course, over the years, I have my ups and downs. Dot-com crash. Next year was 9/11. 2003, US invaded Iraq. 2008, financial crisis, the Lehman Brothers moment. And then you come to 2020, the pandemic crisis, where, March 2020, the whole market collapsed. Oil price was trading at negative $40 per barrel. And right now, fast forward 2022, we got 8 eyes facing us. Inflation, interest rate inversion, inflation. Holy moly! This entire journey, let me give you a piece of good news. Those who made money among my students, I taught over about 50,000 of them. The ones that make money are those without knowledge. That means I'm their first teacher who taught them how to invest in the stock market. And let me explain to you, the answer is very, very simple. Why they make money when they are so-called a noob. N-O-O-B. My son likes to use this word noob. Means no knowledge, right? Simply because they'll apply exactly what I teach them. They don't change the rules. They don't break the rules. They follow the rules. And the rules are set by the insiders. That's the reason why. But today, again, perhaps we got 3 groups of students among us. One group of you say that, hey teacher, I'm the noob. And I say congratulations to you because you are a noob. You got no idea. You follow exactly what I teach you. And I'm your first teacher teaching you how to invest. Congratulations. We're going to have a great chemistry. We're going to help you succeed in this journey. Then there's a second group. Teacher, I'm a veteran. I got 10 years, 20 years in the marketplace. And oftentimes I got such people coming up to me, ranging from professional like analysts, brokers, come up to me, I got 5 years, 10 years experience in the marketplace. And the first thing I ask them is, oh, you spent so many years in the marketplace? Are you aware of the fact that every day there are stock prices spiking up 5 to 100% in one day? And you know what's their response? Huh? Really? Then I was thinking, like, I thought you spent 5, 10, 20 years in the marketplace and you don't even know about this basic phenomena that is like happening every day. Hello? What have you been doing all this time? Because if you can make 5 to 100% in one day, why do you want to wait for 1 year? And this second group is, they call me, they tell me they are the veterans. And I say, okay, I think you are blindsided all these years. Let me show you what is available in the marketplace. Then there's a third group, which also kind of very, very challenging. And I shared this in my video, the pure fundamentalist or the pure technician. Everything they do purely on value investing or based on technical indicators. Nothing wrong with that. But let me tell you the challenge. Those data are lagging data. They don't really predict for you when a stock price will spike up 5 to 100% the next day. Again, they take a long time to mature. So today what I'm really offering you, if you have the chance to squeeze that time to make between 5 to 100% profit return in one day, why do you want to wait 1 year? Are you with me? You are still doing the same amount of work, but your returns can be accelerated in just 1 day. And that's the reason why I'm very excited to share with you about my knowledge. So, at this point in time, some of you may also say, teacher, I hear until this point in time, my heart keep beating, boom, 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 boom. Pok, 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 pok. I'm feeling very nervous. I got adrenaline rush. I hear you, teacher. And yes, I want to know exactly what you're going to teach us. Congratulations. It's perfectly normal because what I'm sharing with you really, really out of the box, but it's achievable, and I'm going to demonstrate to you. Here we go. After more than 2.5 years, I think it's coming to 3 years right now of the lockdown, we did our first Meet the Students event back on the 4th of November. Wow, it was really, really fascinating that I can finally high-five, shake the hands of my students, and we did it at the Capital Tower, home of the Sovereign Wealth Fund Temasek. So that was our first live event in Singapore, and of course we have students from all different parts of the world. We have students coming from 78 different countries. I mean, we are so blessed. And we did this Spiking Alpha event, very, very good turnout. And what I want to share with you is this. At the Spiking Alpha event, I presented very, very powerful ideas that will prepare you for this season. And some of those ideas I'm going to share with you at the Spiking Wisdom of the Greatest Stock Investors program that's taking place next Tuesday and Wednesday. 2 days training class, all right? So I want you to note down these 2 dates, 29th and 30th of November. Please don't miss these 2 dates. The time is 7 p.m. to 12 midnight, 5 hours per day. This is Singapore time, GMT +8. Now, if you're watching us from Europe, from US, or the Middle East, you just convert the time accordingly. It will be held over a Zoom class so that our international students can also log in and enjoy this class together with us, all right? Now, these 2 days is really, really important because why? Let me explain to you. Next month, which is the month of December, there'll be 2 major announcements coming up. Number 1, the inflation data. Number 2, the interest rate hike. Now, these two, if what the Wall Street is thinking about and we get it right, will lead to an explosion of the market. Let me use the correct word, explosion, as in positive explosion. The market right now is all excited about a rally. You probably heard about Santa Claus rally. You probably heard about window dressing end of the year. Yes, that's what we are talking about. That's the reason why we want to organize the class on these 2 days, so that you are prepared. Don't miss the opportunity of a lifetime, 29th and 30th of November. And what you get out of these 2 days is very simple. At the end of these 2 days, in fact, in the middle of these 2 days, in fact, in the beginning of these 2 days, you start trading with me. I don't want to waste your time. You don't need to read gigantic textbook, learn theory, concept, all kind of nonsense, jargons out there. No need. I will teach you exactly how I'm teaching you right now. The practitioner approach. What is more important is the analysis of the data. What is more important, these analyses have already been completed by the insiders who put in 100 million, 1 billion, $10 billion in one stock. You want me to repeat that again? I mean, for someone to put $100 million, $1 billion, or $10 billion investment into a single stock, can you imagine the amount of work that guy has to do? He probably has an army of analysts, technicians, strategists, actuaries, lawyers, accountants, auditors. He got one entire department. One by one, go and check, pass. Okay, confirm, let's invest into this company, $1 billion. I'm going to show you how to write upon their due diligence so that you don't pretend to be a CFA or a CPA or accountant trying to read financial report. Please don't bullshit yourself. Because even chief financial officers of public companies, sometimes they also don't know what they are doing one. How do I know? I know. All right. Because every industry, whether you're from oil and gas or technology or retail or consumer or pharmaceutical, there are different ways to measure the financial health of a company. Now, you are not trained in that field or in the particular sector, so please don't pretend you can measure it as effective as those who put in 100 million, 1 billion, or 10 billion. That is the essence of insider trading. You write on the analysis work of other people, and I show you the money, all right? So these 2 days, I hope you have written down already. And then, over here, this is the part I'm going to go through with you, the details, what exactly you will learn from me over the next 2 days, on next Tuesday and the next Wednesday, all right? I hope you wrote down the 2 dates, 29th and 30th, and here we go. Number one, we're going to check off one by one, and the first one is you will learn from me the wisdom of the greatest investors, 2 days. Now, this is very important. This is retail at $999, $999. Number two, you're going to get the proprietary insider data that's built using artificial intelligence that's worth $300. The third one, you're going to get Daily Bread top earning stock trading AI data that allows you to trade every day. That's why you can attempt to make 5 to 100% profit return per day, every day. I need to stress this point, okay? This is very powerful data. Next, you can also make money and save lives at the same time. I will show you which are the pharmaceutical stocks that's helping in the area of cancer, leukemia, in the area of vaccination against COVID-19. These are the stocks that along the way, by the way, you make money, you save lives at the same time. Isn't that beautiful, right? And the last one is triangulation right over here. Holy moly, what is triangulation? This is the universe of every single sovereign wealth fund, fund of fund, pension fund, retirements. We combine the triangulation of 3 data points to give you the best, highest probability of success to invest over a 3-month period. So you can invest over 1 day, 1 month, or 3 months, depending on your time commitment. All right? So we are really well spread out. And from here, you will also have access to our Race to 100. Now, this is a very, very powerful product. Our engineers built it. That means we ask a very powerful question. Of all the insiders on Wall Street, I want to know a simple answer. How many of them could make 100% pure profit return in less than 1 year? All right. Now, typically, they don't make money in 1 day because their investment is so big, they make money in 1 day, it's going to rock the market. So typically, they wait out about 1 year to produce a 100% or a 1,000% return, what we call 10x. So right over here, we build it out, we solve this problem based on the data that we have, and then present to you, Race to 100. This is worth $299. Next, you also gain access to our Spiking Alpha conference, which I presented very powerful ideas on the 4th of November. All right? So that idea can last you through until March next year. Very, very powerful ideas. This is worth $499. And finally, you gain access to all our past e-learning courses, 30 days access, no holds bar. You can watch all that you want, $999. All right? So all this, why? The question is, teacher, why do you put a price tag to all these things? Because I want you to know, we are a fintech company. We have a team of engineers. We do nothing but solve data problems. And we are not here just to teach you concepts, theories, and some la 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 la. No, no, no. We base our work based on data. It must be proprietary data. And because we are accountable to our shareholders, we are accountable to people who give us the awards, we audit trail every product item that we build. There is a price tag to everything that we build because we are being accountable. So I want you to get the get the right mind frame about this, all right? It's not I want to shoot a lot of prizes out there. No, we are being very responsible. We committed engineering hours to build out the data stack, and then we price it, and there are winning customers who are willing to pay this price. I want you to see it firsthand, all right? So once you understand this point, then I present to you very simple. Here we go. Everything we add up is $3,599. Everything I shared with you just now. But only today, we are going to give you a very special offer. This is like your Black Friday offer. $99 investment that's all you need to take the first step, and you learn exactly how to trade, get in, get out, make money next Tuesday and Wednesday. This is a limited time offer, and everything I shared here will be delivered to you. All right, this is our promise to you. So on this note, it is also important that you know that this offer will not be offered again. All right, it's only for tonight. In fact, we're going to offer it to you only for 15 minutes. Let me explain to you why. All right, for the next 15 minutes, I only want to work with individuals who are decisive. You already hear what I have to share with you. At this point in time, you just have to make a simple decision. Are you interested in building wealth for yourself and your generation? Are you interested to begin your own tradition? If your answer is yes, I encourage you to scan this QR code, or you can visit the website at spiking.com/wisdom. This course prepares you for wisdom. I don't want to waste time. I only want to work with individuals who desire to own wisdom. Because if you don't have this desire, nothing that you do will be successful because you have no wisdom. So oftentimes, I reject those students who come to me and say, oh, teacher, you got a magic crystal ball. Oh, teacher, I want guaranteed 100% I make money. Oh, teacher, this is. I say, sorry, you're the not right fit of students I want to work with. Because in life, does it mean you graduate from school and university, you're guaranteed a job? Does it mean you work in a job today, you're guaranteed this job for life? Does it mean you run a business, you're going to become a millionaire, you will not go bankrupt? Does it mean you become a millionaire today, you will not lose your money tomorrow? There's no guarantee in life. So why do you expect such an expectation out of people around you? Those kind of people I don't want to work with. Let me tell you who I want to work with. Very, very simple. I want to work with you today if my story touches you. And you know I don't come from a rich family. I mean, we come from a middle-class family. I started my family's tradition. And because I dare to dream, I make a promise to myself when I was in NTU. I want to become a millionaire by the time I reach 30 years old. And I've ever stayed that down, not Sing dollars, not ringgit, but US dollars. I did it. I was very, very blessed. And over time, I realized that the more I'm given, the more I got to bless other people. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this. Another reason I'm doing this, because I'm running a fintech company. I want the world to know that today you have the data and the strategy to make 5 to 100% profit return in one day. Not 1 year, one day. You have this opportunity right now. Most people don't have access to such strategy, don't even think about the data that they are looking at, completely lagging. We are looking at very powerful data here. That's the reason I'm doing this. And if this can transform the way you think about money, can sparkle the ambition in you, then this class is fit for you. If not, thank you. We're going to miss you. If yes, join me. Here we go. For those of you who say, yes, teacher, I want to join you, congratulations, because I'm going to invest in you too. Let me tell you how I'm going to do that. I'm giving you 100% money back guarantee. I put it up here, means I will live by it. And in fact, I'm going to read out to you the exact words shown here. I want to make sure the decision to join me on these 2 incredible days of learning is the most valuable experience for you and your next 3 generations. Actually, the generation that I'm really interested in is your children's generation. My children's generation belong to Gen Z. And I know by the time my son grows up to 25 years old, the next instrument of wealth will birth. And I'll teach him how to become the first cohort of millionaires in his generation. Likewise, I want to teach your children as well. That's why I want you to learn from me. Very simple. I also know that firsthand that there's a bunch of shady trading courses out there that promise the world and fail miserably. And how do you tell a shady trading courses out there? They run very gimmicky ads. First of all, they are not committed to lifelong learning. Now, I'm on YouTube live stream every single day to transfer knowledge. I don't waste your time. I'm a very serious guy. And if you do not know enough about me, right, come and learn from me. Very simple one. Which is why if at any point in time during day 1, after day 1 of learning, I say, I think, teacher, this is not the right fit for me, no problem. That you feel this course isn't for you, even if you don't like my hairstyle, just let me know and I'll gladly refund everything you paid, 0 questions asked. This is my 100% guarantee to you. You have absolutely no risk today to learn from me. And that's my pledge to you. All right? So we take away the risk. At the same time, next year when I launch this book called Exactly How to Make More Money in Less Time on Every Trade, I'll be acknowledging you as my student in the book. I'm really, really looking forward to the book launch. And of course, at this moment in time, you probably have some questions, right? And this is very normal. We spent some time together today for the first time. You may not know me well enough. You can ask any of my spiking students who've gone through the training with me, gone through the journey with me, and perhaps the first question you have is, teacher, I got fear of losing money. Now this is a very, very fair question, all right? This is a very, very fair question. Oftentimes, it's not just about losing money that you fear. You also fear of losing your loved ones, losing your job, losing your business. There are many, many things to fear in life. Now, how do you overcome this kind of fear? I want to show you some crazy examples, right? I have this student who made a pure profit of $1,134,240. Pure profit, realized P&L. And all that I expect from our students is this. Congratulations, I wrote a message, congratulations to your $1 million profits. Thanks, I'm indebted to you as always. All I expect from you as my student is a sense of gratitude. The profit is 100% for you to keep. And in fact, we have another student here gone crazy, make about $116,000 pure profit just investing in Tesla. All right. So yes, on one hand, you have fear of losing money, but don't let that fear sunk you or blindside you that you can't look at the profit. What is the potential profit you're going to make? So you need to balance these two, and that's the reason why perhaps the second concern that you have is, teacher, I fear of making a bad decision. Right? Kind of related, right? But what kind of bad decision could you simply make? I want to show you this picture here. These are all my students. Gone through the journey with me, walked through the journey with me, and there are many, many of them, and I'm very, very proud of them. The bad decision could only be if you are one man walking this journey alone. All right, and you do not have the support. That's why we believe in a winning community. Third question that you have is, teacher, I'm fearful of scam. And I don't blame you, sometimes, when we run ads, and the way people comment on our Facebook ads is like, I look at the comment, my first thought is, wow, this guy must have been scammed all through his life. That anything that's real presented in front of him, he just call it a scam. Now, that is very, very sorrowful, all right? I mean, if you lead a life like this, I just say that, sorry, I think you've been scammed through your life. Perhaps you are always attracted by scam in the first place. That's why you got scammed. That's why we need wisdom. Now, how do you tell wisdom in the marketplace so that you don't get scammed? We have been very blessed and very fortunate. We have all these major media outlets writing articles about us. I mean, right now the standards of media is pretty high. They really kind of check through inside out, know your lifetime history and all that, as if you are running for election. I mean, the media is kind of a bit crazy right now. So we are featured in all the major media. But I can tell you, the one that we are most proud of is that I can proudly tell you today, spiking is supported by the National Research Foundation under Singapore's Prime Minister's office. You know what it takes to get the support from them? We have to go through a panel of experts that kind of check on our management team, on our technology stack, on our business model, whether we are viable or not. And then they make a rule whereby me, the founder, I cannot collect a salary more than $1,000 per month. Most of you do not know the journey that we go through to build spiking. That's the high bar we have to cross. We crossed the high bar, and we are very pleased to share with you that we passed the test, and not only that, we raised 3 rounds of funding to support the growth of spiking. And that's what we do. We are a fintech company, all right? We go out there, really solve problem, and the problem that we solve is information asymmetry. Next question that you might have, teacher, I'm very, very fearful of difficulties. 万事起头难啊. Right? Every start of a great journey, the first step, you are always very afraid. Now, let me tell you how to eliminate this fear, right? It's a fair question. I want to show you, introduce to you the teachers of my life. I think this is important. The first man I always give credit is Tony Robbins. This is the man who inspired me to write down my goal of becoming a millionaire by 30 years old, right? And because of him, I wrote it down. And I realized that goal. I didn't know the power of goal setting back then. And because of that, in 2019, 1 year before the pandemic, he came to Singapore. That was his final trip because Tony doesn't travel right now. I went up to him and said, Tony, I'm your walking testimony. I fulfilled the goal to become a millionaire, and today I pass on this passion to all my students who come to learn from me, just as I come to learn from you. I got many, many other teachers here. This is the crypto dad, the guy that's going to build the digital dollar for United States of America government, Christopher Giancarlo. I met him in Davos, and then we exchanged our idea behind cryptocurrency, behind CBDC, central bank digital currency. And of course, when we talk about that, you better know about this guy, the man who controls the most powerful crypto exchange on planet Earth. That's Binance boss CZ. I got the privilege to have exchanged with him 3 times. Very, very brilliant guy. And of course, this guy is Jim Rogers. He was the partner of George Soros and all that. Now, why am I sharing with you all this? It's not to impress you, but impress upon you that when you learn from me, you also learn from my teachers. And what I have learned from them is a very, very powerful skill. The skill of simplifying very concept theories into simple, actionable steps. Step 1, 2, 3. You ask any one of my students, they'll tell you the same. Teacher is very, very good in simplifying complex ideas into really easy to pick up knowledge. Fifth question that you might have for me is, hey teacher, is there a guaranteed return? I want to answer you straight as it is, there's no guarantee in life. Nothing. All right? But what we can help you along with is our proven insider trading blueprint. A blueprint that shows you step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, every step what you need to do to achieve a high probability of success. And I won't even tell you it's 100% success because there's no such thing on earth. Please, there's no such thing on earth. So, take it from me, oftentimes, people feel that because I'm a public speaker, they can throw all kind of shit at me. No, that's not true. I will throw it back to you. When you ask someone and tell someone, oh, this one is 100% guarantee, right? You are insulting yourself. You are degrading your intelligence because there's no such thing. And why do you put that kind of responsibility to someone else that you do not know? So I'm telling you right now, there's no magic crystal ball on earth. No such thing. You will never find it. But at least when we work with the insiders of Wall Street, people who put in so much money, so much work into their analysis, and they consistently make money 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of their life, then something jolly well is working, correct? That's what we are doing. Standing on the shoulders of giants so that we can look further. So with that, I want to encourage you, always look at things around you with a positive light. Don't always see the worst. See the opportunity and not the crisis. And I hope that's something you can take home today, all right? Next question, and these are our entire suite of data products that we built out. We call it Wealth Trilogy. And next question is called lack of money. Teacher, I got a lack of money. I don't have $99 to invest in the next 15 minutes. Let me tell you, this is a serious problem. If you do not have $99 today, you already know it is a problem, right? I don't have to tell you. You should already know you are in trouble already. All right? Means over time you may not have worked enough, or you are not working, or maybe you are in some kind of crisis. I do not know your situation. But money is always acquainted with one very powerful word. And I want to tell it as it is because I'm telling to you as your teacher, not because it's condescending or I'm disrespectful to you. I just share with you from what I learned from all my teachers. Lack of money is the lack of ambition. Listen carefully. Lack of money is the lack of ambition. And that's the reason why you must work on your ambition. Remember earlier on I asked you what's your slogan of life? And for me it's like begin your own tradition. That resonated with me. It's a slogan that belongs to Pater Philip. But it resonated with me. Yeah, I want to begin my own tradition. From my grandfather whom I never met, to my father who worked very hard to be the first university graduate, to my generation I became a PhD holder, became the first millionaire in my Chiang genealogy. I began my own tradition. How about you? And that takes a little spark. And that's what my presentation is all about tonight. To inspire you to write down your ambition. Number 7, teacher, trading is very, very risky. I acknowledge that. In fact, anything in life is risky. You walk out today, you caught COVID-19. You cross the road, you got knocked down. Anything in life is risky. All right? But is this risk worthwhile for you to undertake? I think that's a more important question. So over here, I want to show you this very, very important acknowledgement. Spiking won the gold at the Singapore Infocom Technology Federation Awards in 2016. Now back then, we were just a startup. We were competing with 400 different other startups. We came in number 1. I mean, this is not a simple achievement because the panel of judges itself, there's at least 10 of them. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. And everyone that scrutinized you inside out. And by the way, back then, we didn't even have the product built out yet. It was just a conceptual paper backed by theory. And then we say, give us the support. We'll build out this product to help retail investors worldwide. And they check and check and check. Guess what? We got the gold medal. And today we are fulfilling the exact same mission that we shared with the panel back then. And I think we are deserving of this gold medal. I want to share this with you. And that's why you know where is the background we started from. Number 8, teacher, how to start. Very simple. You know, if you miss out just now, right now you got left about a few more minutes. You know, our 15 minutes deadline is, once you hit, it's hit already, all right? So you can scan the QR code if you are watching from a desktop, or you can just visit the website link, spiking.com/wisdom. Spiking.com/wisdom, and that's all right? Just go straight away, go and register. There's absolutely no risk on your part, but 100% more for you to gain from this wisdom. Number 9, teacher, the market is unpredictable. Yes, that's why I share with you the 8 alphabet I's, from inflation, interest rate, invasion, isolation of China, infection, inverted yield curve, intercontinental ballistic missile. We have a lot of things going on, right? But what is predictable is data. I mean, look at this example here. This is one of the data you probably never seen in your life before. If we are looking at this particular stock called S&P Global, and I show you this a very simple metric, $34.5 billion. What does that mean? It means that we track every single insider, those that are buying the stock of S&P Global and those who are selling. There are people who are buying and selling at the same time. And we take a snapshot, net. Is it positive or negative? Boom, the answer is 34.5. Have you seen a data like this? I mean, this is just a teaser, no? That means $34.5 billion worth of due diligence have been conducted, not by one insider, by every single Wall Street player. And we take a snapshot of it. This is what data can help you. So proprietary data, let me sum it up. You need to, number 1, learn the strategy, how to make 5 to 100% profit return in one day. Number 2, trade on the proprietary data that we're going to give you. And number 3, share your winning trades with the community. So I come to point number 10, which is the big surprise. I'm going to give all of you, what is this big surprise? During the next Tuesday and next Wednesday, I'll be sharing with you the exact blueprint. This is the exact blueprint that's going to help us make like crazy profits, all right? Of course, by looking at it, you won't understand what that means, but I'll be teaching you during the class itself. And finally, any other questions that you have for me, and if you have questions, for those of you in the Zoom, can I encourage you to post it into the Zoom chat, and I can look at your questions and address them straight on, all right? So some questions that came in. Teacher, I'm very new in trading, and I can't understand how to trade using the brokerage platform, hence never got a chance to trade as much as I want to. I may not be able to trade. How do I go about this? So very simple. All you need to do, come for the class. During the class, what you need is I show you how to trade, how to place the order to go in, how to place the order to get out. That's why we split over 2 days. Day 1 go in, day 2 get out. Okay, next question. Teacher, do you have a Discord community or any after course support? In fact, we have our own community at spiking.com/community. Go and visit spiking.com/community. It's our own proprietary community, all right? So you can check it out. And after course support, right over there, let me tell you what's so unique about our course. Many of you are thinking about after course support because you know why? You were not given the chance to ask questions during the class. In fact, what is so special about class is that every single strategy after I taught you, I open up the floor for questioning. Excuse me. So can you imagine the question you have on your mind, someone else also have the same question. And if you asked it, I answer it, I address the question on everybody's mind. And this is always the most popular feature of our class. Ask anything that you want, all right? So, in fact, once you address all the questions in the class, that's it. You are ready to trade. And in fact, if you want after support, every 2 weeks, I meet up with all of our students. My commitment to all of our students in this season, every 2 weeks, I meet up with them. And each time I meet up with them, I spend 5 hours. And this is like locked down in my calendar, a very, very unique feature that we have in our community, all right? Next question, is the currency in US dollars or Sing dollars? The currency is in US dollars. It is a one-time investment, all right? It's a one-time investment. Go and visit the link. May I suggest to you, go and visit the link spiking.com/wisdom and then see for yourself, all right? And then everything I say is exactly what is shown on the website. Next, teacher, I've paid. I'm excited to start trying the Stock AI software. Congratulations. Once you sign up, you're going to gain access to the tool. Now, if you have any questions, please WhatsApp our angels, all right? So you can reach our angels at this particular number. So take out your phone and scan this QR code, and you can reach out to our angels who will assist you, or you can visit spi.ke/help, HELP, all right? I think this is a much more efficient manner for us to kind of support you in terms of logistics. Next question. What is the average return of trading the spiking strategy? I told you already. Listen carefully. 5 to 100% profit return one day. Okay? You want me to repeat that again? The whole night I've been talking about this. We aim for that. And sometimes you may not get it in one day. We have students who got it in 10 minutes. We got students who got it in 1 week. We got students who got it in 1 month. But averagely, every single student who graduated from my class, they must achieve this simple feat. 5 to 100% profit return in 1 day. Every one of them, I'm very, very confident that they have done this before. All right? You can watch our testimonials, you can watch our videos and all that. And that's something that's very, very unique to spiking community. Next question. How much will be the monthly data feed after the course? Now, first of all, the 2 days class, what you should attempt to do is this. Don't jump the sequence, all right? I know some of you are very, very excited already. In fact, during the 2 days, you should only do one thing. Earn back what you have invested, which is $99. Show to yourself that you can make money 5 to 100% profit in 1 day. Show to yourself first in your first month. Don't think about so far away, all right? Because I work with so many students I know. Some of you, in fact, again, I like to categorize students. The first category, the students I work with, very excited at the beginning. Wow, ask a lot of questions, blah, blah, like non-stop one, you know. But next month, they disappear, no. They really disappear. I say, why? I found the answer. They got distracted. They got excited about new things. And every now and then, they keep looking for new things to get excited with. That's the first group. So don't jump the sequence. And when you start rotating, look for things to excite you, you have not built the foundation. How do you extract wisdom? You have not even spent 10,000 hours in this instrument yet. Second group of students. The other extreme. First group is very excited. The other group is no feeling one. Emotionless. They come in, they make money, and then like no feeling one. I say, hey, how much you make? Oh, I make $10,000 profit. And the feeling is like no feeling one. Because to them, it's like very normal, right? Not much emotion. And this group of students who are pretty much emotionless, they are very, very kind of very, very consistent in generating profits. And you hear the way they speak, very same tone one. Then there's the final group in between. All right? Very, very excited, stick to the rules, follow the rules. But after some time, they gone to the dark side. They start to break the rules and change the rules. I say, oh my gosh, why do you do that? So every group that I taught, along the way, by the way, behavior change, and nothing wrong unless you're improving. But something wrong if you go to the dark side. Because what I'm sharing with you are time-proven strategies deployed by the most successful, most consistent, most profitable money managers on Wall Street. All right? So I think over here, I think I addressed most of the questions already. And which brokerage house to use? We'll share that with you once you join the class. Don't worry about the logistics. Our angels are very, very well trained to support you all the way until you enter the classroom next Tuesday. All right? I think we covered most of the questions already. I want to take this time to just do a quick summary. And here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have gone through with me today. I'm really, really excited, and I want to thank you for your time, because right here, ding, this is exactly what we've gone through. And in fact, there's much more topics that I covered here. I cover all the way the prediction to 2030. And every milestone that's happening, every single passing year is really important for us to know. I'll be teaching you that during the class. But today, what you have learned from me is a very, very important subject matter. Do you love wisdom? If your answer is yes, then naturally you will attain wealth. You cannot chase wealth and neglect wisdom. That is my message to you. And the wisdom can be extracted from 3 instruments. 200 years of history, stock market. 50 years of history, options trading market. 12 years of history, crypto trading market. And that 3 instruments, they form the foundation of the wealth trilogy. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I hope to meet you at the class. I'm really, really excited to teach you everything I know. And I hope you come to the class really prepared, have a heart of humility, come and learn, and really come in with an open mind to consolidate and sparkle that ambition of fire deep within you. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. Goodbye, everybody.